The strategy is, there's one strategy, and that is that the church has to be vocal and visible for Jesus, not ashamed of him and his words. And right now, today in South Korea, the church has to come out in force and resist civil partnerships, because that will lead to the redefinition of family. This is not about it's not about rights, so it's not to be taken in. You have to resist now, and if you don't resist today, it will be lost. After this, you've lost it, because it's inevitable. Everything flows from that. And the thing is, when I was, in 2003 and 2, when I was working on this, people said, a lot of Christians said, it's just about rights, don't worry. And I said, no, this looks like marriage. So no, just don't worry. I said, people are going to lose their job. No, don't worry, you're scaremongery. But you know what? I was right. I take no pleasure in saying I am right. But in South Korea, you have no excuse, in a sense. You've seen what's happened to the West. And do we look happy? And does the West look happy? No, we look sad. Are our young people happy? No. They're over-sexualized. They're saturated in sex. Sexual imagery, pornography, sexually transmitted diseases, confused. It's agony. It's dark. And so the message is, now is the moment, actually. And God only has one strategy, and it's his people. And so it's whether or not his people will speak up for his name and for his glory and for his truth, and for the sake, really, not just of Christians, but for the sake of the civilization that is South Korea, for the sake of the nation. It's Save Korea. It's Act for Korea. The key there is that you do this in numbers. But actually, what the church has got to do is enough voices, if enough voices say, this is about family and children and what is beautiful, this is what we're fighting for. We're not against anyone, we're for everyone. But then what's going to happen is that enough church leaders have got to come out. You see, our church leaders haven't come out. So when I speak up on the television, people can say, well, she's just phobic and marginalised and extreme. Yeah, but if there are enough leaders in South Korea, Christian leaders that will stand up, and then young people like yourself involved in movements, then if you make a very big, Christians come out and make a big rally for life, rally for family, and make this very vocal and visible from now. From now, this is what you have to do to make the difference, but you have to do it in numbers, and your people have to speak. On the day that we had the first same-sex marriages in England, it was me that appeared on the BBC, on Sky, on ITV, on every comment show. Now, that is sad, because it should have been major church leaders. So, they know they've won when it's me that's popping up as the resistance. So my message is also, you've got to keep Christians in the institutions. You must not hand over the institutions. So need Christians in education, in the university, principals of universities, in government, in law, in medicine. They've got to be very vocal and visible in all the professions. And then you've got to have the church leaders speaking into the institutions as well.